The Thrift Savings Plan is the military's most powerful wealth building tool, but most service members don't know how to use it correctly. Today I'm going to break down what exactly is the TSP, which funds to use, and how to maximize all the opportunities it has embedded within its program. This is super beneficial to you, especially if you don't think you're going to serve a full 20 years. This is how you can grow real wealth over your career, whether that's only 4, 8, or 10 years while serving. I'm Michelle Masher-Batista with Deliberate Military Experience, and let's dive in. Let's first start with what makes the Thrift Savings Plan, or TSP, so special. It's basically in 2 words: compound interest. Compound interest is like magic. It is how regular, everyday people become millionaires as they age and retire. Compound interest basically lets you earn money on the interest you make from your initial or principal money that you put in. Say you put in $1,000 at 10% annual interest. That $1,000 earns $100. That makes sense. But unlike conventional accounts where it just stops and just earns money on that principal, you now get to make money on that interest. So instead of earning another interest amount on that $1,000, you now earn money on that $1,100 amount, which can equate and add up over time greatly. You're not earning money in a linear fashion. Over time, you start to earn money in an exponential fashion, which is again how regular people and rich people earn money and let their money grow in a way that can outpace inflation. And as you've seen the prices of things today, inflation is not stopping, it is still going, and you need to do everything you can to outpace that. Through TSP, service members can do so if they put their money in the best funds possible. Selecting the correct funds within your TSP is super important. Depending on which funds you select, and there are 5, you can easily become partial owners of some major companies, not only across the country, but across the world. But first, let's kind of take some time to define and go over briefly what the 5 basic funds are that you'll be looking at when you go into your TSP account. The first fund is the G fund, or government fund. And this is basically you loaning money to the government. It is the lowest risk, lowest return at about 2 to 3%. And it's basically good for, I say, no one under the age of 60. Sometimes money has appeared there in certain people's accounts and they never check it. 10, 15 years goes by and they wonder why they did not get those promised interest amounts that they were told. Well, they left their money in the G fund, and shame on them. You need to be an active person in your account, at least to begin with, to make sure that your money doesn't stay in that fund unless you are reaching the age of 60. So again, G fund, government, low risk, low return. Really wouldn't touch that until you are well on your way to retirement. The second fund is F fund, and this is basically bonds, lending your money to agencies to bond out. You get slightly higher returns than the G fund and slightly more risk, but not by much. And the average return on putting money in that fund is about 3 to 4% annually. The third fund is the C fund. It's one of my favorites. This is for large companies. The organizations that are within this fund are like those found in the S&P 500. We're talking Apple, Tesla, Microsoft, large funds. This has a moderate to high risk, but you get more reward with about a 9 to 10% annual return when your money goes into this account. S fund, which is the fourth fund, is also one of my favorites, and this is for about small to mid-size company. Think like Etsy size. This is a slightly higher risk than the C fund, but higher reward with a historical annual return of about 10 to 11%. The fifth major fund is the International Fund, And these companies are like Toyota, again, slightly higher risk, but with a pretty solid return of about 6 to 7% annually. So again, those are the basic funds that you'll find in the variety, either traditional or Roth account, which we'll talk about in a second. G fund, government. The F fund, those are bonds. C fund, which are your large size corporations. S fund, which are your small to mid-size, and your I for international. Now, some people call this next fund part of the main 5. I think of it separately. It's called the L fund, which is a target lifecycle fund. You can certainly mix and match all you want, but the lifecycle fund is a great option, especially for those just starting out in the military or who don't really want to deal with the stress of selecting different funds. If you want, you could pick 20% of all of your TSP dollars to go to each fund. That is certainly one way to do it. I would not recommend it, but Lifecycle is pretty smart. It basically puts most of your money in a higher risk fund for you based on your age. So if you're just starting out, you're 20 years old or starting in the military, you plan to retire from work, not the military, at the age of 65, it will calculate how many years it will take you to get there. So 45 years from now, if you're 20, and it will backwards plan to put your money in a higher risk, higher reward categories for the first 20 years, and then it will start to reallocate your monies as you age. So if you were to plug in a target date of 45 years from now, the first half of your monies will be in a mix of C and S funds. And that is not anything you have to worry about. You just pick the date in which you believe you'll retire or start withdrawing your Social Security. Over time, again, about halfway to your target date, TSP will automatically reallocate the money so that by the time you retire, most of your money will be naturally in the G fund. Again, I dog the G fund because it's horrible for most people under the age of 60, but it does make sense as you age because it protects it. Lower risk, but you are still earning some money on it so that you don't have to worry about the volatility of the market. Make no mistake, when you put your money into TSP or an individual retirement account, it is at the mercy of the market. But time and again, year after year, the market always wins. So it is a great avenue to put your money into so that you can maximize all the growth opportunities you can while serving in the military. Because you are making money, the government's giving you money through government matching, why not put it into a great account? There are basically 3 mistakes I have found that military members do or don't do with regard to their TSP account. The first, which I've already kind of harped on, is that members just leave their money in the G fund or they get scared. They think that putting all of their money in the G fund is the safe way to go. I don't want to worry about it, or they don't even mean to leave it in there, but they do. And then they miss growth over time. And again, compound interest hinges on earning money year after year, not leaving it safe. The second mistake that military members make is that they don't contribute that 5% of their base pay, especially under the blended retirement system. This is the only way to maximize every opportunity that the government will give you free money so that you can get that full 10%, half from you, half from the government, to again grow that nest egg. The third mistake that military members make regarding their TSP is that they don't put it in a Roth account. There are 2 basic accounts, Roth and traditional. Under both accounts, you can put your monies in any of the main 5 funds or the L Lifecycle Fund. But I truly believe that Roth is the way to go, and so we are going to dive a little deeper into why I think that. Let's go over the basic differences between a traditional and a Roth account. traditional account are those accounts where your money is not taxed now, it's taxed later. So it kind of comes off the top each year when you are taxed. Say you make $100,000 and you want to put 10% of your pay into a traditional account. Now your taxable bracket is now $90,000. That might seem like a really great benefit. However, let it be known that you will get taxed on those dollars later. The government will get their money, and they do this through a mechanism called Required Minimum Distributions, or RMD. The government will not let you keep your money stocked away in a traditional account, whether that be through TSP or through an individual retirement account. Yes, your monies will be taxed after the fact if you use a traditional account, but it is at risk because you don't really know what the tax rate will be in 45 years from now if you're 20 and you think you're going to retire at 65. So you are putting yourself at risk and at risk of the government telling you what to do with your money. And so the basic difference with the Roth account is that, well, if you make $100,000 and you put the max amount in 2025 that you could contribute to a Roth account was $7,000, it's not like your tax bracket will go down to $93,000. You will get taxed on the full amount of money that you earned. But good news is that when you go to make those withdrawals when you're 65 years old, you're not taxed. There is no requirement to pay taxes later because you already paid money on those contributions now. You are also not required to take out your money ever. The government can't tell you what to do with those monies. So if you go and contribute or max out your Roth account each year, that's just great. You already pay taxes on it. You can take it out whenever you want when you become the correct age that you can do so. It changes, so just check it. Right now it's over, I believe, the age of 55. And you can pass those monies on tax-free to your children. So if you don't use those dollars in a Roth account, what a gift you're giving to your children or grandchildren, not having to worry about pay taxes on that. No one can tell you what to do with it later on. So there are great benefits to using a Roth account. Yes, it's true that there is a max amount you can put in each year. As of 2025, it was $7,000 a year, where for a traditional account, you could put in over $23,000. But under the rules of 2026, you can now do a Roth in-place conversion, where if you had money in a traditional account or you use the government's money that gets automatically put into a traditional account, you can convert it to a Roth account. Be sure that you have money on hand to pay taxes for it, because you will have to pay for that in the year that you make that conversion. That you're not at risk of inadvertently putting yourself in a different tax bracket, and perhaps even talking to a tax expert. It sounds like a lot of extra work for such a conversion, but if you are someone that really wants to have the flexibility when you retire to do what you want with your money later on, I would definitely encourage you to talk to somebody and explore that option a little bit more. But I have seen the pay scales of people in the military. It's really not likely, especially under the current habits of most people, that anyone's really maxing out their Roth account. So I'm not too worried about it. And if you are, go ahead and put it in the traditional account and then do an in-place conversion later, because it won't count against your annual maximum amount that you can put into a Roth account each year. And one more little bonus about a traditional account versus a Roth account. If you put your combat pay in a traditional account, you have to pay taxes on it just like everybody else later. But if you take your combat pay, if you are in a designated combat zone and you earn monies, by putting your money in a Roth account, not only do you not pay taxes on that money when you retire, you also don't pay the money on those taxes now. So you never pay money on combat pay that you are putting into a Roth account while you're in that combat zone earning those monies. So if you are deploying anytime soon, really look closely at your TSP account to make sure that it's going into a Roth account, regardless of what funds you choose. But be smart with it and plan accordingly, and don't waste that opportunity. You don't need to be a financial expert to really get all of the benefits of the Thrift Savings Plan, but you must be consistent and remain informed. Continue to contribute 5% of your base pay. Make sure you select a Roth account if you think that's going to work for you. I highly suggest it, and so does financial expert like Suze Orman and Dave Ramsey, who really believe that a Roth account is the way to go. After you select your Roth account, be smart with what funds you select. Highly suggest that C, S, and L funds are great to start often. Keep your money away from the G fund unless you're over 50 years old. You don't need to be doing that now. It's okay to incur a little bit of risk because you will get rewarded greatly by doing so now. If you found this helpful, feel free to hit like and subscribe. And if you want to learn more on how to live your best military life on your terms, check out the link below to the Service Members Playbook. Thanks.